Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. What I'm about to share with you in the short moment is probably the most valuable video you're about to watch this year, the most powerful one and the most potent one to take your brand from wherever you are right now, whether you're at less than 10K per month with your brand, at 10K per month, 15K, 20K, even 50K, and you're trying to get to that next level. This video is about to break down the recipe at such a fundamental level that is going to shatter your way of seeing e-commerce growth as a whole, and it's probably going to be the catalyst to the growth that you're about to see in your business. So I'll see you in a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. So this presentation is for direct-to-consumer e-commerce founders. So if you're trying to get to your first 10K per month, 20K per month, or even scale past 50K per month with your brand in revenue in the fastest way possible, then obviously this presentation is for you. So this presentation is basically about how to get to your first 10K per month, 20K, or even 50K plus per month in revenue in less than 6 months, using what we call our project growth model without wasting 3 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars in trial and error. So this is obviously for beginner e-commerce founders, aspiring e-commerce founders, but also seasoned e-commerce founders that want to kind of refresh their, I'd say, skill set in terms of e-commerce growth. So you basically need the state-of-the-art marketing infrastructure to unlock sustainable growth and scale your small e-commerce operation to be the next market disruptors. So what I'd like to do is show some case studies from our clients, how they benefited from project growth implementation and how they have been able to basically not waste years and years of trial and error and hundreds of thousands of dollars in trial and error, like I said. So here are a few instances of successful e-commerce brands that have directly benefited from project growth implementation. One of them being David here, as you can see from the strap tailor. Here, the figure here depicts basically the daily revenue in 2021, as you can see in green, but also in 2022 in blue, which basically represents a 235% increase in daily revenue compounded throughout the first half of each year, respectively. And obviously this is what David had to say, because basically what happened, we scaled him from $7,000 per month to over $240,000 per month in just 18 months. And we basically took 3 months to take him past 30K per month with his brand. He was working at Google at the time, and then obviously now he's quit, pursued this, I'd say, venture full-time. And obviously these are some of the messages that he sent us. He said that obviously he never expected that this would be a full-time business with a genuine income, but also that the impact that we had as a team on his business obviously is very, very understated. Now, here, as you can see, this is the message that he sent us after smashing through 240K a few months later. And obviously there's a small video that you can watch to kind of see the whole testimonial that he gave us. So the next one is basically Jessica, who joined us while she was making $3,000 per month, and we basically turned that monthly revenue into a daily revenue for her in just under 90 days, which is exceptional because we've helped her with her product positioning, her offer, her ads, her emails, her content, etc., etc. So Jessica, like I said, started while making $3,000 per month in sales, and it took us 4 months to get her to $60,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And obviously this is her weekly update from our team. Just thought it would be a cool add-on to her I'd say case study, because we've been able to generate an average return on investment of a 5x ROAS, as you can see here, right? Now, the following figure is Lindsay, who joined the project growth and saw a 75% increase in total revenue in 30 days. That's a massive success on her end because obviously the product is great, but also the frameworks that we've been able to implement for her in the back end made it for her unreasonable to not reach her goals. Lindsay joined us while she was making right under 8K per month, and in 3 months we scaled her business to 60K per month in revenue, and we've been keeping that up since then. Now here, this client, as you can see, joined Project Growth and went from $6.4 thousand to over $57,000 in just 90 days, which is really, really crazy, especially with the product that they're selling, the competitiveness of their market, etc., etc. So you might be wondering, who is this white paper for, right? And the answer is very, very simple. This white paper is for beginner direct-to-consumer e-commerce founders that are struggling to get past the initial traction phase that we call, which is basically the phase where you're making anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 per month in revenue, and you want the fastest actionable roadmap to get to $50,000 per month with your brand as soon as possible. Now, if you don't know much about tech or you don't know much about marketing and you just want consistent scale, then obviously this white paper is for you. And if you're tired of getting agencies reach out to you 30 times a day, scamming you of your hard-earned money, then obviously you want to pay attention to this framework, because it's going to completely shatter the paradigm that you have around agencies. You also understand that successfully driving scale to your business requires expertise and precise daily efforts, and you want to be educated on the fastest roadmap that will make it unreasonable for you to not hit your goals. Before you hit $50,000 per month with your brand, you need to have the infrastructure of a $50,000 per month brand in the backend before that, right? So you need to build the infrastructure for it to make it unreasonable for you not to achieve. And that's exactly what this sentence means. Now, if you are worried about eating through your cash reserves and sitting on unsold inventory, then this is for you. And maybe you haven't figured out how to effectively market your business, get your products into more hands, and you're tired of stagnation or basically stagnating in your little corner. And if you feel as though your business is stagnating and you are hitting a plateau in your journey, then obviously this white paper will open your eyes. And you may have watched countless YouTube tutorials to help you with your ads or with your emails, but with little to show for it. And perhaps you even hired a freelancer on Upwork, but probably the quality of work was as low as the price you paid. And perhaps you're even worried that stagnation will inevitably lead to competitors stealing market share from you. And the spoiler alert is that it will, right? It will lead to that. Now, if you're unsure what your next steps are, if you're pissed off because you were sold on the e-commerce dream, but it's frustrating you every single day, if you just want to sit back, execute on the clear path to multiple 6 figures or even 7 and 8 figures and not have to worry about how to smash through the glass ceiling, that's obviously holding you back, then keep on reading. Now, if any of the above sounds like you, then this white paper obviously is definitely written for you, ladies and gentlemen. So let's carry on. Now, who is this not for? Now, this is not for the get-rich-quick types. If you're looking for a passive income strategy, then this white paper is not for you. If you're not willing to work hard and invest in the growth of your business, then this won't be for you. It won't work, straight up. Now, this won't work for you. If you base your decisions on emotions and you ignore proven frameworks and logical thought processes, then this won't work for you. If you aren't aware that the best decisions are always data-driven and not emotional-based, then you won't find value in this paper. And if you can't focus your time and energy on one single thing at a time, then obviously this won't work for you, because obviously diversification has its time and place, but not for businesses that need to grow fast. You need to be able to focus, really lock in on one single channel, one single framework that actually drives the needle forward for your brand, right? And so guys, the fundamental core concept behind Project Growth is that with 4 principles, you are able to break through your 10K per month goal or even scale past 50K plus per month, because we've done it in the past. We've scaled brands from making a few $1,000s a month to making over 6 figures per month in just a few months, and it's been consistent across all industries, across all of our clients. These principles are timeless. If you execute correctly on them, they will make it work for your brand. So the first one is to obviously achieve product market fit and serve the market what they want to buy. The second one is you want to acquire free traffic through organic domination and influencer marketing. And the third one is to pay platforms for customers, obviously through ads and through hyper-calibrated copywriting and bulletproof funnels. The fourth and last one is to increase your LTV to CAC ratio by retaining more of your customers and see your business grow month over month consistently. However, 99% of beginner e-commerce stores are missing the key pieces to the puzzle and navigate with an unfinished structure. That's just the reality of the market. And we are the only people, guys, dedicated to completing the puzzle for beginner direct-to-consumer e-commerce owners wanting to scale past $10,000 per month in sales per month and beyond fast. And this framework will change the trajectory of your life and business. And I'm not even kidding or exaggerating. This is not a course. This is really a framework that if you follow will basically change how you view business, how you view e-commerce growth, and how fast you can scale with your brand. So just a little bit of background before we get into it. By now you might be wondering who the hell is the person behind these words. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Omar Eddaoudi. I'm the founder of Growth Labs, which is a digital growth incubator that helps ambitious direct-to-consumer e-commerce brands achieve sustainable scale. Now, in the early days, I was always obsessed with building things and impressed by the physical structure standing tall in front of me. So that led me to pursue a structural engineering degree at Concordia. I got hired by a few top engineering firms in North America after graduation, namely Econ and CIMA Plus. So what I did then is I worked in the industry. I was actively managing over $1 billion in project valuation. So fair to say that the stakes were very, very high. But then I was always drawn to entrepreneurship. I always had an entrepreneurial nature. And so what I did is I started participating in competitions, startup competitions, to test my abilities and creative ideas. I won my first startup competition, and we started working on a solution for a huge bank that is obviously known globally, BNP Paribas. We're working with their New York branch on developing a hiring solution. And so once we started working with them, I really grew frustrated with how slow investors, but also legacy actors acted when it came to executing growth strategies. Everything was so slow, so bureaucratic. It led me to think that surely we weren't the only startup or the only pre-company that was suffering from this, right? And so what that led me to do is start learning about tech, marketing, growth, and obviously this is the path that I chose to use my skills on. And so after countless nights of deep research, and so what happened then is after countless nights of deep research, thousands of hours and hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in knowledge, I decided to apply my skills and newly acquired knowledge to e-commerce, right? And in the first 90 days of us working with 4 brands in various industries, here is what happened. From the get-go, our first client scaled from $0 to $40,000 per month in 60 days, 0 to 70K for our second client, 0 to 60 for our third, 0 to 65 for our fourth, and all of this was done in under 90 days. So all of our initial clients had literally no idea how to attack their growth strategies and how to grow sustainably. So what they did is they hired us. We were just starting out, but we had an incredible, I'd say, framework in terms of how to tackle e-commerce growth, which wasn't done at the time. And this is exactly why it worked, because once we got those results, it basically made me think, what if we can standardize our approach and help even more e-commerce brands go from 0 to multiple 6 figures in less than 6 months? Like, if we achieved all of this in just under 3 months, then obviously the sky was the limit if we executed relentlessly for 6+ months, right? And this is exactly what caused the takeoff, right? So after realizing this, we basically started working with e-commerce brands globally. We were servicing over 10 industries, and we were generating millions of dollars in value for our clients while significantly increasing the quality of their lives, because I started to see an inverse correlation between our presence and the stress levels of our clients. So our clients would see their revenue grow when we were next to them, helping them execute relentlessly. And that is exactly why I decided to call the transformation we offered our clients Project Growth, because it made total sense. We were offering growth and we were actually helping their stress levels drop. So in the next sections, what I will be doing is really detailing exactly how we manage to solve growth for our e-commerce clients, whether you're just getting initial traction or you've already validated your business and are looking to smash through multiple 6 figures and even multiple 7 figures. This will apply to you, right? And like I said at the beginning, there are 4 steps to our project growth, right? So the phase number 1 is to achieve product market fit and serve the customers what they want to buy. What does that mean? That means that we need to be asking the right questions in the right sequence to get inside your customers' minds in order to offer them products they actually want. That is super, super important. If you can do that, you don't even need to advertise your products. People will come to you. Okay? And so the goal here is to build a persona and an avatar that resonates with our customers, creating a product and brand that our customers will love because we know what they want and we are catering towards those needs. Okay? Now, the old way of doing things is basically ordering new stock before validating your hypothesis. It's copying competitors without any differentiating factor. And what happens is you end up being another one of those brands. And that is exactly what you want to avoid, is the red ocean, right? And so beginners, they do not understand how business works and how business value is directly correlated to how much value you create for your customers. And so the result, like I said, is a poorly orchestrated product launch that is messy and doesn't have a specific goal, which obviously results in low resonance for the market, mediocre sales numbers, team frustration, economic costs that are extremely difficult to justify, unnecessary vulnerabilities relative to competitors, high stress levels, impatience and emotional decision making, and obviously an overall poor return on capital and calories. Now, the new way of doing things, guys, is to go heavy on audience and customer research using sound and tested principles. Now, you're always flooding your brain with customer data without touching one button online. I don't want anyone to touch any button online, my team included, before we have validated basically product market fit. Right? And so what we're doing is we're combining customer data with your unique insights to hypothesize best products. And we're spinning up a working prototype launch using lean thinking. Now, what happens then is you get your first sales without spending thousands from the get-go. And what happens as a result is that you're finding new products and trends that immediately resonate with the market. You're getting sales at low scale and building yourself up to bigger spend levels sustainably. And this is the first step towards the 10K plus per month in monthly recurring revenue. Now, one of the questions that you may have is, what if I already know who my customers are? Well, the answer to this is you never know them enough, right? The research is the equivalent of keeping your ears to the ground and reducing the distance you have with the market. Whatever your market asks for, you are there to give. And it is impossible to do if you're not close to your customers, okay? Now, the next question you may have is that, what if my product is unique and has no competitors? Well, your product may be unique to you, but your customers may have seen it 1,000 times before lunchtime, right? We should really avoid having that founder's bias, right? We need to do the research as if we were the customer, and we need to have the customer in mind, right? It is really, really fundamental. All right, phase number 2. So what we want to do then is we want to use organic marketing frameworks to craft your free traffic machine. What I call a free traffic machine is a high converting organic funnel that convinces your customers to pull out their credit card and give their money seamlessly, right? So the key insights here, guys, that your positioning does the selling, not the product, because products are not unique. It really is the positioning. And the goal here is to understand this paradigm shift, internalize it, and execute on it. The goal is to build an organic sales process, so your social presence, that routinely takes cold, warm, and hot prospects from prospects to customers. Okay? Now, the old way of doing things is basically creating social media pages that aren't designed to sell. The information flow and structure are not clear. You're being passive with posting and not aggressive. And so 99% of beginner e-commerce brands do not understand how much effort is required to hack the algorithms and show your brand to as many customers as possible. Because it is possible to hack these platforms and really get your products in front of as many people as you can, right? That is truly, truly possible. But this old way results in ghost social media platforms with zero engagement and no social proof, missed sales and opportunities, and high amounts of lost revenue due to poor social media presence, okay? The new way completely flips the old way on its head because, first of all, what you're doing is you're designing your social presence with a single focus in mind, right? Aggressively building social proof, okay? Next is each piece of the puzzle is meticulously analyzed and put in place for a specific purpose. And then you want to be aggressive with posting and handling objections your customers might have. That is exactly what you want to do. And obviously you want to have a social media presence that is optimized for trust building and experience, okay? Now the result is that you're converting customers for free, you're multiplying your sales volume, you're getting your message viral, and you're increasing your revenue without any marketing spend, which is truly beautiful. Now, the question you might have is that, should I really worry about my posting frequency? It's around one post every other day. That's a question that I get a lot. And obviously the answer is yes, because posting once every other day will get you some initial results. Obviously, it's better than nothing, but it is nowhere near what you should be doing to get the exponential exposure social platforms can give you. And in the initial stages of your business, organic marketing is one of the biggest levers you can pull on anyways, right? Because you're trying to get out of the, I'd say, initial traction phase. Right? So phase 3, once you execute properly on phase 2, is to escape the red ocean of advertising using neuromarketing and to get near free high quality traffic to promote your products en masse, right? And so the key insight here is that you need to be setting a solid advertising foundation that allows sustainable scale. The goal is to build evergreen marketing assets that resonate with our customers. So all the research that we've done in phase 1 is actually being compounded here because we're using it, but also we're going deeper. We're creating a schedule of research-backed marketing assets. First of all, copywriting, you're talking about audience development, etc., that sustain long-term growth. Now, the old way of doing things is that we were building marketing campaigns without fully understanding the end customer and the algorithms behind the ad platforms. All brands go after the same traffic and they compete for it. So that's a red ocean. You're paying too much for the same traffic. Brands do not understand how AI advertising works and how data sources tie into the quality of advertising. And so the result is predictable. Poorly orchestrated campaigns that are messy and don't have a specific goal, which obviously results in low resonance for the market, mediocre ROAS, team frustration, economic costs that are extremely difficult to justify, unnecessary vulnerabilities relative to competitors, high stress, again, and overall poor return on capital, right? The new way involves going super heavy on audience and customer research using sound and tested principles. The second one is to be flooding your brain with customer data without touching one button online. The third one is to combine the customer data with your unique insights to hypothesize the best advertising angles. And this ties back to what we were doing in phase 1. The fourth is to spin a working prototype campaign using lean thinking and to get your first sales without spending thousands from the get-go. You want to be spending on ads as little as you can on the beginning to minimize your risk, but then scaling up as the results start pouring in. And so the result is you're finding angles that immediately resonate with the market, but you're also getting sales at low scale, and you're building yourself up to bigger spend levels sustainably. And this is the first step towards the $50,000 per month goal that you have. Now, the question is, what if I don't have the technical mind to understand how AI algos work? Well, to be honest, you don't need a PhD in AI to understand how these algos work. All you need really is just a proven framework that dissects exactly what app platforms want from you and how to deliver it to them in order to maximize the output they give you. In other words, basically you need a way to work with them hand in hand. And so once you understand how they work and what they prioritize, what are their biases, then obviously you're able to give them those biases, and in return they give you the results you want. Okay? And obviously the easy question that I get a lot is, what if I just hire an agency to do it for me? Well, obviously you can, but how do you expect understanding what the agency is doing if you don't even understand the fundamentals of advertising? What if the agency is scamming you and not delivering good results? How can you spot that the results are bad, right? This knowledge will basically protect you forever from amateurs and scammers. You'll be able to sniff them out before you start working with them. Just by hearing them out and actually hearing their pitch or whatever they're trying to sell you, you'll be able to sniff them out. And that is truly beautiful. And obviously the last phase is to create a safe haven for your customers and retain them for years. We're talking here about retention. Not only do we want to acquire as many customers as we can, but we also want to retain them for as long as we can. And that is exactly how the maximization of your LTV to CAC ratio is structured, right? And this is exactly the phase where you start unlocking exponential growth, okay? So the key insights here is to use unique email marketing flows leading to higher resonance, better customer experience, and increased presence and better stories. And the brands that sell are the brands that have great stories. We need to keep that in mind because that's the goal. We want to build evergreen email marketing flows and assets that tell a story, but also resonate with our customers deeply, and they bring them back to our ecosystem because of that central story. And so what we want to be doing is creating unique contingencies and having research-backed flows that will increase the overall customer experience because they're inevitably catering to the needs our customers have. And so the old way of doing things basically involves building email campaigns that every single brand in the world uses. No originality, nothing creative. It's all the same. Everyone has the same flows that are bland and unoriginal. All the brands use the same campaigns, etc., etc. The brands are not understanding how effective email marketing can be if leveraged properly as its own marketing channel. A lot of brands actually don't leverage email marketing as it should because they treat it as a nice to have instead of a necessity, right? And so the results obviously is that the emails are not being read, there's no significant revenue from emails, and there's no capacity to stand out. And that is a huge shame because it's exactly what you want to be doing, is standing out with your customers and retaining them. And so the new way, it's about treating email marketing as its own advertising channel that requires outside of the box thinking and a lot of testing, right? So we want to stand out from the crowd by avoiding traditional flows. We want to be selling through stories by capitalizing on research done in phase 1 and phase 3. And we want high tempo testing, right? And so what happens here, guys, is that you now are seeing higher open rates, right? Your emails are being opened, they're being read, they're getting higher click-through rates, you're getting more traffic to your website, you're getting more recycled traffic because all of these guys here have been generated either through your organic presence or through advertising. There's no way else they can join, right? And so what happens is that you're maximizing the revenue from email, you're maximizing your customer retention and maximizing your customer LTV to CAC ratio, right? And so one of the questions that I get a lot is, what stories should I tell? Well, first of all, what you want to do is really educate your customers on why they should buy. I'd like you to think about a store that you basically love going to, right? Because that experience that they're giving you is exactly what you want to give to your customers, right? You want them to come back to your store. And so what we want to have is stories on why the brand exists, your principles, how your product solves a pressing issue, why your product is different, etc., etc. All of these stories that make you unique, because every brand is unique in its own way. Those are the stories we want to capitalize on, right? And so another question is that, will people really read what I have to say? And my answer is, you'd be surprised to see how engaged customers can be when you give them what they want. And they want to identify with a tribe. We as humans love identifying with tribes. You know, we have that sense of belonging. And so if you can cater to that basic fundamental need, you're going to have so much growth. It's not even funny. Okay. And so the summary, guys, is very, very simple. All you need to do to scale past $50,000 per month is achieve product market fit quickly, by leveraging lean thinking and deep neuromarketing research. You want to focus on flooding your brain with both your insights and the insights you gather from your research. This will lead to higher resonance, obviously, and faster profitability because you're obviously delivering on your customers' needs. You want to then build a machine that converts cold customers at will for free. And what I'd like to say is that successful direct-to-consumer e-commerce brands have a solid organic presence. They rely on word of mouth because they have a solid product market fit and they have cracked the algo's code. So that is exactly what we want to achieve here. We also want to acquire even more customers through aggressive promotion. And this is where understanding that a solid organic presence is the engine for your brand, of course, but a bulletproof advertising machine is the turbo that you feed that engine, right? And so you need to set up your brand in a way that you can afford to spend dollars to acquire customers at scale, because that's exactly what's going to be giving you more market share as you grow, right? And that's how you supercharge your results and you crush your goals in months instead of years. That's super, super important. And the last piece is you want to retain your customer base forever, right? So that is a very bold statement, but brands that are successful, guys, will typically sell through a story that the customer identifies with, relates to, etc., etc. And what we want to do to offer that unique experience to our customers is to steer away from traditional email flows, and we really want to give our customers a unique experience, right? So typically what we want to do is we want to give them something they will talk about to their friends and family, because again, I'm going to repeat myself, but people love to identify with brands and belong to something bigger than themselves, right? So we need to cater to that basic fundamental human need. And obviously this sounds like a lot of work, but each and every single one of these activities executed on its own will yield good results. I'm not saying that they won't yield good results, and they will probably, if I'm honest, outperform your current efforts. However, the power really comes from executing them perfectly in a holistic structure. This is where the magic happens, because everything just, falls into place perfectly, right? And this is how you're able to smash through $50,000 per month in less than 6 months. It's because all the pieces of the puzzle are already there. You're just waiting for time to catch up, right? And this is exactly why we've been able to scale all the brands we have scaled in the past very rapidly, very aggressively, okay? Now guys, the 3 options that are available to you to execute on these frameworks are the following, right? Option number 1 is to do it yourself and figure everything out on your own. Now this is probably the logical solution that you can think of when you just start with your business, because it probably is simple to go get access to all the mentors, educators, and the people who have helped me get this knowledge. It probably is also very easy for you to spend tens of thousands of hours in your ads manager trying every single strategy out there, compiling the results and identifying the winning strategies. It will also be very simple for you to go through all the trials and the problems that I had to face while uncovering these insights and these frameworks and applying them successfully to over 40 businesses. So maybe it is easy, but it for sure takes time. And if you value your days and your years like I do, you probably don't want to spend 2 to 3 years of your life just learning and uncovering truths and principles and frameworks with absolutely no certainty of success. So if you're anything like me, you like efficiency and you like fast feedback loops, right? That's how that's how we get 100% efficiency from the get-go, because we are hungry for success. So option number 2, obviously the most expensive one, is to hire an agency. So maybe you want the easy route and do it yourself is not what you want. Well, the next best solution, like I said, is to hire third-party experts to help you out. However, no agency knows about this, let alone is capable of executing on these strategies. They will inevitably waste your time, guys, with single channel advertising that doesn't work. I have thousands of agencies in my network. I know how they operate on the back end. It's ugly. You will most likely have to pay thousands in ridiculous retainers and have no results to show for it. Plus, at your level, you most likely can't afford to lose dollars on amateur agencies, and you probably can't afford the retainer, right? So you'll probably end up wasting 6 to 12 months until you try another one and the cycle repeats. And most likely you actually can't afford the good experts, right? So we're not even talking about good or bad here. We're just talking about being able to afford the expert. But right now, at your current level, you probably can't afford the good experts, so you'll hire the lower end of the market and end up destroying your assets. I've seen it happen, guys. It's super ugly to get your accounts banned, to get your business manager banned, to get your social pages banned, to get your email list destroyed. It really is ugly, and you don't want that to happen, because obviously it's you can't come back from it, right? But then, guys, the last option that is offered to you is you can use our project growth program, become our customer, and literally skip to 10K, 20K, or even over $50,000 per month in less than 6 months with 1/10 of the effort, right? What happens is you get onboarded in 60 minutes and you get your custom roadmap designed in just a few days. You get assigned to a team of savages that will help you execute on the right steps in the right sequence on day one with no room for guesswork. A team that I have personally built that is well versed in copywriting, funnels, organic marketing and influencer marketing, ad platforms, and email marketing. You also get your assets built for you. You don't have to think about how to build things. We do it for you, and you get the cutting edge education resources to help you manage your newly built 50K a month infrastructure, and you do it yourself at the highest output possible, right? The last thing is you get 24/7 support by the team on any questions related to ads, product market fit, CRO, email marketing, organic traction, and so much more. And so as soon as we get you set up, the train leaves, and it doesn't stop until we get you to $50,000 per month. We follow a very, very, very strict protocol to ensure that we get you there with no bruises and low levels of stress. So again, who is this for? Right? So as stated before, this is for ambitious beginner direct-to-consumer e-commerce entrepreneurs and co-founders that don't know much about technology, marketing, and they just want a consistent growth curve. This is also for e-commerce founders as a whole, VPs of marketing or CMOs that are suffering from not having clarity on their next steps, struggling to break out of a plateau in their monthly or yearly revenue. And if you're not getting traction, or if you're getting initial traction but don't have the proper infrastructure for proper scale, then obviously this is for you. Now, what I'd like to do quickly is just highlight some of the results that we've been able to generate for some of our clients. Those clients have been able to achieve fantastic results. One of our clients was struggling to break through the $50,000 per month mark. Within 30 days, we took their business to 92K, and we're in track of getting them to multi-seven figures this year. This figure obviously depicts the 50% growth month on month that we helped our client achieve in just under 31 days. Jessica, again, she was super thrilled to see her business hit close to 60K per month within 90 days. And she said that I'm so grateful for the incredible work you guys have done. Thank you so much. This figure here, let me just show it to you. Yeah, this one. It depicts the growth curve, after we have scaled her. Here, we're just helping a client achieve its 17x ROAS, after executing from the steps laid out in this white paper. Our recent client, he was super thrilled to see their business achieve a 500% return on their capital within 14 days. And he even acknowledged that some serious progress had been made. As you can see here, there's some great progress made for this specific client. Here are some more good news that the team is always providing for our customers. You can see here Victor saying that we had a 65% increase in active subscriptions for this supplement brand. Here we've got another milestone, 1,400 mark for the subscriptions. For this particular client, here we're getting a 10x ROAS this last week for this specific client. So these are obviously established e-commerce owners that are seeing the results with these simple frameworks. Okay, so now you might be looking at all of these results and saying, okay, all looks good, everything looks good. You might be getting great results for your clients, etc., but what's next? What is the big promise? Well, in just a few words, our program is here to make it unreasonable, guys, for you to not scale past $50,000 per month with your direct-to-consumer brand by helping you leverage the 4 growth pillars we just covered that 8-figure brands use to dominate their industries, right? There will be nothing holding you back from being an 8-figure brand apart from time, right? If you put in place this infrastructure, there is literally no difference between your business and an 8-figure business. And here is exactly what is going to happen when you start working with us. You will be on the road to hitting your 10K plus month with your business, and then scale to 20K, 50K, and beyond if you choose to. We'll help you out, refine and develop product market fit at light speed with our internal worksheet. This is where you stop competing and you start carving a unique piece of the market share that is yours alone because you've uncovered unique insights. Your customer base will grow every single day, and you won't have to worry where the next sale will come from because we install paid advertising frameworks built on rock solid organic marketing foundations. You will get crystal clear on what works for your business, which customer demographics, platforms, and angles perform the best. You will never have to worry about what marketing strategy you should test ever again because we educate you and give you frameworks that are evergreen and timeless. You will also be able to retain the customers you acquire through cutting-edge retention mechanisms that are geared to boost your LTV. We will help you source, vet, and sign UGC creators that fill your creative pipeline so you never stop your advertising machine. A lot of people have 2, 3, 4 UGC pictures or videos or whatever, but when sales stop, they don't have any more to test, right? And so we help you get that machine going so you never stop advertising. We also help you source, vet, and sign influencers that get you access to their audiences and tap into more sources of revenue for your brand, right? We will also empower you to start crafting unicorn offers that the market raves for and keeps coming back for. You will also feel empowered, confident, and motivated to think about the long-term horizon of your business, what truly drives the ship forward, i.e. product development, customer support, building a tribe around our business, etc., these high leverage activities. You will get access to a community of bright e-commerce entrepreneurs that are on the same path as you to scaling past 7 figures. Alone we can go fast, but together we go far. You will get access to insights, frameworks, and worksheets, as well as templates that are allowing brands all over the world to scale from 3K per month to over 3K per day. You will access our project growth plan, which is a step-by-step roadmap to help you scale to $50,000 per month with your brand. And you'll also access our support calls every single week to answer any questions you have on ads, emails, offers, and obviously much more. We've seen all the problems you'll probably face in your journey, so we can help out at a scary pace. And you can expect more revenue, guys, and also investing in marketing, right? We want to be creating that flywheel effect of making more cash and reinvesting it back into the machine, which is obviously super fun, right? Or if you're into it, you can buy yourself a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and obviously we don't mind if you do that. So here's how it works. Phase number 1 is to determine product market fit, right? So we want to have an insights building framework. We want to base it on deep research to understand our customers. All of our efforts will revolve around this key piece. We want to offer customers what they want to buy. We want to validate our thesis at high speed. We want to have a roadmap built around our findings. We want to have specific product or collection launches and evergreen marketing efforts. The second phase is around acquiring customers for free. So there's foundational building geared towards harvesting attention for free and leveraging that attention to fuel your funnel with consistent sales. So that includes per platform strategies and frameworks specific to the algorithms and their biases. We want your socials to be working hand in hand with the algorithms to unlock virality and infinite brand awareness. And then phase 3, obviously we spoke about this, but acquisition mastery, so how to acquire paid customers. We build you the bulletproof ad structure that has enabled our clients to generate multi 7 figures in sales consistently over the past years. So we want to know your numbers, right? We're talking about offers, CPA, so cost per acquisition, LTV, lifetime value, AOV, average order value, ROAS, return on ad spend, and the break-even points of your business to the decimal. We want to know these to the decimal, and we want to build the confidence you need to feed the flywheel machine, right? We also want you to have the correct data analytics frameworks to analyze your numbers. A lot of people advertise online, but they can't make sense of the numbers, right? So if you're not making sense of the numbers, then you can't make executive decisions and install fast feedback loops to scale, right? And this is exactly what we want to do in this phase. And then phase number 4 is we want to extract as much value as we can from our customers. We want to maximize the dollar value of each customer to unlock new levels of profitability and good sleep at night, right? We also launch 7-figure campaigns and flows geared towards cementing the loyalty of your customers. So I want you to forget about the old way of doing things, because before Growth Labs, what happened is you had to hire 7 people and train them somehow for them to be able to get results like we do, right? Or worse, you had to rely on multiple service providers with their own unique incentives, which obviously aren't aligned with yours, to manage all aspects of your business. So you namely had a Google Ads agency, a content agency, a UGC agency, a TikTok agency, a Facebook agency, and they were all compete against each other, right? And so this created a huge mess because you couldn't get them to work in a perfect harmony. But now with Growth Labs holding your hand until you smash through your 10, 20, 50K per month goal, well, the sky is the limit, right? Having us as a growth partner is very, very simple. We are both aligned and incentivized to grow your revenue month over month. And you have in your back pocket, guys, like a partner that helps you with all aspects of marketing and growth for you, right? And this is how $1 million brands are built. Right? So a few questions that you might have in your mind is, what if it doesn't work for me, right? What if my product and niche is pretty unique, right? Well, what I'd like to say to this is that we've successfully helped over 40 brands scale past their wildest goals in the last few years. We did it globally in over 10 industries. Our project growth system is a system that if you follow will make it unreasonable for you not to smash through 10K per month, 20K per month, or even over $50,000 per month in just a few months. We do not bring people into our program if it's not the right fit for you. So if we do bring you on board, it's because we believe you have the right fundamentals to scale past 50K per month in the next few months. Now, another one that I like is you don't have any case studies in my industry. How do I know it will work? Well, what I'd like to say is that the scaling methods within the program are industry agnostic. And the reason behind that is that the methods were derived using foundational truths or postulates, right? We based our program and deliverables on timeless principles that worked in the past that will continue to work in the future. Guys, the only thing standing between you and success isn't us having case studies in your industry or not. It's really having access to the frameworks, insights, and experts that we have at Growth Labs. That is the only thing standing between you and success. And so what makes you different from a regular e-commerce course? Well, a course, like I said, is only packaged information. It is static in its nature and doesn't evolve at the same pace as the industry does. So it is only bound to serve you for a few weeks or a few months before the information becomes obsolete, right? On our side, we are in the trenches every single day, which means that we're making sure the information we give you is always up to date, plus the implementation side that supplements the information makes it unreasonable to not succeed with your brand, which obviously is not the case with the course that doesn't have the implementation side. Now, one of the main questions is, do we offer any guarantees with all the bold claims that we have? The short answer is we don't. If you're the type of business owner that is scouting for the juiciest and boldest guarantee and you base your decision on them instead of looking for the best solution, then obviously we're not for you, right? We're looking for sharks, we're looking for apex predators to join the community and let us help them scale to the next level. Plus, the nature of our program is so powerful that in and of itself, it surpasses any agency or course you might think about purchasing. You get really infinite value from the get-go. However, what I'd like to say is that if you join us and you have not been able to add an extra 15K per month, 50K per month or above in monthly recurring revenue in 4 months, then we will work for free until you achieve your goal. And that is a promise that we make you. In summary, let's be honest guys here, if you wanted to get this done effectively and profitably in-house or by hiring different experts for each aspect, it would literally cost you at least $200,000 per month in staff and in the retainers, ad spend, and obviously opportunity cost of having to manage the operation yourself until it runs smoothly. This isn't an option for you. Let's just face it, right? Speed is an option for you. But it would be ludicrous to pay such an obscene amount of capital in the form of retainers and staff costs, right? And so instead of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars with no guarantee of success, you can join our program for a fraction of the investment and get 10 times the results right away. But first, obviously we need to make sure that this is a great fit for you. So all you need to do, guys, is book a call with me, follow this link, book a call. Let's get on a Zoom call. We'll talk you through the entire program. We'll show you the inner works of it, how it's structured and the back end to make it unreasonable for you not to hit your goals. You'll really be amazed. And this is the only solution that you need to make it to $50,000 per month, guys. I'll be honest, we were an agency before. We have worked as an agency before. We know how to scale brands, but we know the agency model is not the best model for brands. It's not the most efficient one. You deserve better. And this is the opportunity for you to capitalize on this program because you don't have any expensive retainers. You don't have any long-term contracts. There is nothing holding you back from succeeding except the time inputted, the effort, and obviously the frameworks that we have in-house. So obviously, once we kickstart the process, we follow a strict protocol of execution until we get you the results that you want. So please keep in mind that we can only serve a handful of brands at the same time to guarantee the quality of our program, the quality of our delivery, and the quality of our community, obviously. So make sure that you act right now if scaling past $50,000 per month with your brand is a priority to you, or else you might end up waiting for our next cohort. And obviously, time is the most precious resource that we have. So PS, of course, we back everything up with a guarantee. If you're not getting the results, we will work until we get you the results. If you're not a great fit, we will tell you upfront. We won't bring you on board if you're not a great fit. And obviously we'll tell you with total honesty, and we'll make sure to give you the right guidance to put you in the right direction. So ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this will give you as much clarity as you need as to how to scale past 50K per month in the shortest amount of time. If you're ready to scale, ready to get to work, and ready to execute, book a call, and I'll see you on the other side.